Hello, this is Uncle Jim. My last video, I was trying to help out Idaho Rogers answer a question on the Lee 358125 mold. So, did dummy rounds in that video, but is that good enough? So I thought, why didn't you shoot some and show that it works? So I have no idea if it's going to work, but then I dug through because Jerry had some bullets also, and he already had some sized down to 356. This is 14 BHN according to his container here. We have the purple versions. So I thought, well, damn, that would have saved me time in the last video. So I grabbed some of these. Boom, bang, pow on the turret press. It's still put on the... I have that turret on there. And so then I thought, it's going to start to rain. I was going to go pick up bullets in the berm, do the Easter egg hunt, but it's going to start raining. Raining's going to help with that, find more bullets, all that stuff. So I thought, well, before it rains, let me run 5 through a high power, which he has, and make sure it works, because he's getting this mold and he wants to use it in 9, 38, and 357. And then also I found these. I got these from Jerry. These are the SIG V-Crown hollow points in 124 grain. So I thought if I have time, I'll do a milk jug test and we'll see if we get that. I've seen mixed results on this bullet, but we'll see what happens. It's loaded pretty stout. And as a matter of fact, all these are going to be on the stout side to make sure they cycle and everything. And the high power I'm using has a Bullmar rail on it for bullseye, which is more weight on the slide. So if it cycles these, it's going to cycle any of Idaho Roger's high powers. He has 3 of them. And his other guns. So hopefully I don't blow my face off. And we'll see what happens, because I'm using tight group. Now, normally I'd be using 231 on heavier bullets, but tight group is good for this. And the only problem is tight group can eat your powder coat over time. So if you load powder coated bullets with tight group, shoot them up right away. Don't have to worry about jacketed. So if I have time, we're doing a jug test. Same gun. All right. All right, so these lead bullets are seated a little lower, and I got kind of a healthy charge. And I really don't want to blow up this vintage 60s high power that some gunsmith put a Bowmar rail on there for bullseye, and it also has a beautiful trigger. I saw it in the glass, and I said, who the hell butchered a T-Series high power? And I've always been a high power guy. I've had several T-Series and even the GP competition, the long slide and all that. I felt really bad for it. But the beauty was, I got it for 300 bucks. It was under the glass and I'm like, so I hope not to blow this up. I think I'll take one shot and find the brass and cut, and then we'll go from there and see what that brass looks like. So, man, I hope this goes well. Okay, fed, slide us forward. We're doing this for society and Idaho Rogers. All right. All right, brass is easy to find, safety up. I gotta take my sunglasses off, hang on. Brass looks good, primer looks good. Continuing. Safety down. Lock back. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Afoof. Now, sun's ready to go down, but I got a hankering to do a milk jug test with the V crown. Since the sun's going down, crown, it all rhymes. Crown down, pound. Okay, I think we went into the fourth jug. There's the first jug. Pretty much center hit. Blew that up. Second jug. Let's see if we got anything in the third jug. Nope, nothing in the third. I think we caught it. Nothing in the fifth jug. So hopefully we got something in the fourth jug here. Yeah, we did. And it looked like it worked. We got a little crown. Little crown down to Chinatown. Can we focus? We got a little crown, so we'll bring that in and measure that. So, hey, turned out to be a good day. This is all improvised real quickly. And, all right, let's go inside and talk about it. All right, so that went well. We caught the bullet. No disasters, no drama. And apparently, Jerry's been down this road before because obviously he was shooting these in 9mm also instead of 38, 357. So I'm going to have to contact Jerry. He lives in the Philippines now and see what his load and overall length was. I was just winging this. So the lead bullets I shot were 126 grain right here. And then we decided to do a V crown. Now on the lead bullets, as far as the charge goes, this high power has a rail on it, so that makes the slide heavier. I mean, it's got a gigantic rail on it that shouldn't be there, so it was yakking them out perfect. So I think Idaho Rogers could do a lighter charge. This is a Bomar rail. And hopefully the gunsmith, you know, back in the day, high powers were pretty cheap, so I'm hoping, for gosh sakes, he took a tangent sight high power, which is obnoxious as hell. They have a giant, like, rifle adjustable sight in the rear and a giant front sight. So hopefully he took one of those and made one of these out of it, because those were obnoxious and I wouldn't feel so bad. But these are your most collectible high powers, the T-Series from the 60s. All right, so for Idaho Rogers, again, overall length was 1.057, and I think you could start with 3.5 grains of tight group with that overall length and that bullet and go from there, and it'll cycle in your gun with that Bomar rail on there. So start there. And I did tight group for him because he uses that. And so also he uses unique. And one thing I didn't test for you, gosh darn it, to check the volume on your unique loads for 9 with this bullet that's made for 38 357, to check and make sure you're not cutting off your volume there. You can figure that out, okay? This is all I can do in an afternoon on a wild hair. S&B primers, mixed brass. All right, down and dirty. So now we got the V crown here. It kind of looks like the picture on the box. To be honest with you, I could have bumped this one up more. And so this particular bullet I pre-weighed before the jug test, and it came out exactly 123.9 grains. And I found in the box most of these are below 124 grains. So 123 point something grains if you buy these bullets and make your own hollow points. S&B primers, I use the same charge because I seeded these lower. Okay, I believe these are Sierra bullets, but I'm not sure. Someone can tell me one way or the other. So I seeded these down to 1.090. So a little shorter overall length. And then I use the same charge, which I won't say here, but you could go lower. I think you can go lower. And as a matter of fact, if I bumped it up a little bit, it would have expanded a little more, but it did fine. Let's show you the bullet. And as advertised, you got a crown. Okay. So it could have expanded a little more. HST, even the Hornady critical defense expands a little more, but you got the fourth jug, you got your penetration. So let's see what this weighs. Let's get out of focus here. And let's see, the bullet I weighed before I loaded this was 123.9 grains. And we got 123.9 grains. So we lost nothing. I saw no fragmentation. And there you go. It lost 0. All right, let's check our diameter here. And I'll go digital for you. It's easier. Okay, we're on 0. We'll go digital here. And let's try right about here. 0.545. Let's bring it over here. 0.577, 765. 0.580. Not bad. But it could have done more if it was a plus P. But I didn't want to do a plus P load in this particular high power, okay? I was winging it, didn't know where I was at. All the primers came out perfect, and the brass was perfect. So I hope you found that interesting, and I hope that helps Idaho Rogers. And I guess until next time, America.